testing 1, 2, 3. The Wayne in Spain falls mainly on the planes. The ants in France stay mainly in your pants. Yeah? Oh, sound maybe is a little off. Okay, happy morning. Good morning. It is a Wednesday. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, New York time. We have Fed day today, so lots to look forward to this afternoon. Today we'll do some, or this morning we'll do some technical analysis, some fundamental analysis. I'll answer your questions. I'll go through the charts. And then we'll prepare for later today. So, thank you for being here at the YouTube channel for Forex.Today. I'd also like to thank our sponsor, TradersWay.com. Visit TradersWay.com, download MT4 or MT5. Give them an opportunity to earn your loyalty and respect as a foreign exchange broker. Let's go. Let me remind you that trading's risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Yay. Hey, good morning. How's the coffee today? Oh, not too bad, right? Actually, I'm looking at it, and there's coffee grounds floating all over it. Whoops. Fed day. What a beautiful day, huh? Was that right, Peter? Well, like I said, I don't know nothing about that. So today we can go over gold and oil and Bitcoin. We can do yen pairs, dollar pairs, all that kind of stuff. Just make sure you get involved, ask questions, take notes. I preach to teach. Okay? Because some of you never had this. So let's go over things like that. Maybe even trader psychology. Yada, yada, yada. But we'll definitely jump into technical analysis as soon as possible. Please like, please subscribe, please comment. That tells YouTube that this is quality content. And then lastly, if you need resources, like I wrote a book years ago, there are training videos that are 80% off right now. If you need a foreign exchange broker, if you want to join a live trading group, all this kind of stuff, all those resources are in the video description below the video. So please drop by and take a look at that if you need some help. And here we be. Yeah. So today we got Fed. Tomorrow we got ECB. It's gonna be a good one. This week, right now, on these 3 trades, I have 600 pips. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Well, it's not really pips, but if you translated a pip into a dollar. For a mini lot. So it's equivalent to 600 pips on a euro dollar. Cool. Right on. It's a good start to the week. So here we are halfway through, and the Fed can change everything. The Fed could change nothing. The Fed could briefly change everything, and then we go back to doing what we're doing. So, yeah, big risk event for the week. And then, of course, ECB tomorrow. More QE, I guess. Right? More QE. I don't know what they're going to do. But anyways. So it's been interesting. Like these 3 trades, they're all risk on. And then it's funny, like you get like so far the last few days, even maybe the last few weeks, you get like hardcore risk on for 4 or 5 hours. And you get hardcore risk off for 4 or 5 hours. Well, pick your line, man. That's why you shouldn't swing both ways like a broken gate. Okay. So we got a comment about XRP. So let's go over here. Let's go over here. I think this is where we got our biddy. Our biddy. No biddy. Biddy. Maybe it's on the other one. Biddy. Bitcoin. It's only 3 trades. I would, the interesting thing, about, look at this, 2,200 in margin on 3 trades. But the funny thing is $2,000 of the margin is this one mini lot. So euro yen, or I mean, Euros are and USDs are, they're only $100 each. So I invested $100 each, and I have $300. All right, so I'm already up 300% on both those trades. Okay, percentage-wise, anyways. That's the only interesting part. So, all right, here's the biddy. Let's take a look at biddy, and then okay, we have this. Where was this going? I've forgotten our target now. Oh, I know what we had for this. So I guess I'm half right, half wrong. On Sunday, we had this going up, hitting this area early in the week, and then coming back down. So I guess I'm only kind of half right. I would have thought we would have hit this yesterday. Okay. So just be aware, generally what you'd expect is at least a bit of a pullback here, at least some profit taking, okay? Cool, Shafran. Yeah, they're just swing trades. There's nothing that amazing about them. Ugh. So anyway, so this I would expect in this range here for profit taking, not selling, profit taking. Hey, hey, oh, isn't that a? There's some sort of Red Hot Chili Pepper song. Hey, I can't remember how it goes. Something about hey-o. What do da da hey hoo. I can't remember how it goes. So yeah. So what do you think? Some profit taking, and if you're a bull, you're going to think like that, right? If you're a bear, you're going to think Okay. But I wouldn't bet down yet. But I would look for profit taking in here, whatever that means for you. So this. Okay. So did we had XRP on here, huh? Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, we have a Turkish lira yen on here. We can go over that. You see here? So I was doing a lot better. Okay, I was doing a lot better. So I'm just trying to be patient. I think the trip has just begun, or I'm going to go nowhere fast. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Whatever. I'm okay. Probably expect to be break even on this one. Just Turkish lira never got the bid. But South Africa, the South African rand sure did, huh? I mean, let's take a look at that now. That's kind of interesting. South Africa and Peso. I don't know why I didn't do it on Sunday. I forgot, I think, is just really the real answer. So there's no real bid going here. I tried a couple of times in this Turkish lira, and I keep getting break even. So maybe I'll try again tomorrow. I don't know. But South Africa's done really well. And so we've made it to the next move down. Where's my drawing tool? So, you know, I'm short here off of basically a triple top, right? And then here's the next wave, and there's the next wave, and now we're down here. And okay. And so this is mostly South African rand strength. which is cool. Okay. So I've already hit the target for the week. Could the Turkish lira be correlated with the Lebanese lira? I'm sorry, I don't know. But there's a place I'd love to visit, Lebanon. Heard nothing but good things. Yeah, Big Pearl's got it. Hey, oh, listen what I say. Oh, oh, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I just don't know. Was that right? So anyway, so South Africa, U.S. dollar, South African rand, same thing. Here's I don't know if you want to call it a 382 or 50%. So I took that shot, and now I'm up 200% this range. Is that nice? So the range from here to here is the same as here to here. So I've gone the full Monty, so to speak. Okay, entry is here, could have added another, so on and so forth, right? Notice like it's just a normal fib off of a top. I'm a risk on guy, traded off the weekly central pivot. Then you get this roll reversal, which is very normal price action. Then you get almost this roll reversal, normal price action. Then you get this roll reversal, which is normal price action. And it's just doing its thing that I'm trying to show you guys here. Right? Just let it go, man. If you have a good trade plan, let it go. So this is a weekly sell zone. Okay? And even though I would enter this the same as a scalp or the same as a day trade, it's not either of those things. You enter them the same. The difference is in intent. Okay, so the general strategy was to sell it and get to here. Okay, so in this case, I used $100 in cash, and now I'm up $300 in profit. Okay. Now, I could have gotten out of here, like, let's say I could have taken profit here, okay, on a day trade. Then I could have entered again, and then right here, and then take a profit here for a day trade, and then enter again, and then take profit here for a day trade. Or I could just do it here and be done for the whole week. Okay. Look at the timing of this. Beautiful, huh? The first few hours of the new week, and you're done. Imagine being done for the week Sunday night. That's one of the things I'm trying to teach the swing trading group is if you have intent and you know when to be at your charts, and we do, okay, we meet on Sundays, you could work a few hours on Sunday and be done for the entire week. How many people would like a job like that where you work, let's say, 4 hours on Sunday and then you're done for the week? Oh, thanks, Louise. I'm just showing swing trading. Like, it's not that, right? These are all normal, right? So that's swing trading, guys. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to teach. Okay? Yeah. Well, you can't do that if you're a scalper. You can't do that if you're a day trader or intraday trader. Okay. Now the one I missed out on and I guess I just wasn't looking or something. I don't remember. I missed this one. And it's very much the same. Okay. Here's the gap on the open. So this is something I taught on Sunday. Fill the gap, continue the mission. And we know I want to be short this before Friday. Why before Friday? I guess the reason I kind of wimped out on this is I usually expect this to be more like today, like on a Wednesday. So if there's going to be another move, I'll be ready. But why would I want to be short this on Friday? No, non-farm payrolls is the following Friday. First of the month, but why is that important? Because this is a repatriation trade. What does that mean? Well, in a normal month, now this is abnormal because of Corona, okay? But in a normal month, Mexicans living in the United States send home 2.63 billion US dollars back to Mexico. So they send it from the US to Mexico, okay? Which means if they're selling the dollar to buy peso, and then they give the pesos to their mom and dad or to their wife and kids. Okay? So they're selling USD, which weakens it, and they're buying Oh, did I say repatriation? Oh, you're right. It's remittance. My bad. Thank you for catching that. Yeah. Remittance is the proper word. Lucas says, might this be less with quarantine? I would imagine if some of the workers in the United States, which are of Mexican descent, they have, let's say, seasonal jobs or non-traditional jobs, whatever you want to say, so there's no work. Okay? If that's the case, they're not earning money, so they're not sending money home. So yeah, I would expect under these circumstances, less money to go home. Restaurants are closed. Maid services are likely shuttered. Just, I'm not sure about farm work. Construction work is probably... so I know someone that knows someone that's married to someone that works in the construction business. And he's working half-time for half as much money. Okay? So anyways, I would expect less to go home. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know, guys. But your guess is as good as mine. And if you don't like the guess, do the research. Okay? Cool. So anyways, typically, and by the way, I did a video about this. Hey-oh, listen what I say, oh yeah. Oh. It's something like that. I can't think of that song. YouTube. Son of a... I hate this Windows stuff. Wowzer. Slow as molasses. Holy smokes. Okay. How to trade the Mexican peso and why it works. How about this one? Right here on Forex.Today. Forex.Today's strategy session, how to scalp the Mexican peso and why it works. So I did mine 4 years ago. Looks like Rob Booker did one 2 years ago. Huh. Okay. I win. So this one's 13 minutes. This one's an hour and 20 something. So I win. Ha ha. Sorry, Rob.
Most profitable market you can think of.
Let's get rid of that guy. Hi, I work out of my kitchen, but I want to teach you how to be rich by trading Forex. Okay. So you can check that out. You have to, well, I've done it for 20 years, so I think there's probably more than 2 videos. Cool. So anyways, boo, I missed it, but never fear. There is no such thing as missing out. So my next play will be like that, maybe. Okay. Cool, right? How long does it take you to make 300% on your money in the stock market? Like if I bought MGM Grand, which I wanted to do 2 weeks ago, and I missed it, I'd be up 50. Yeah, really depends. It could be never, right? It could be 20 years. So look at the power of Forex because of leverage. You drop $100 into an investment and you're making $100 a day in profit. Oh, I don't know that guy, Javier. Yeah. That's cool though, right? At least you have that opportunity in front of you. When you are ready, it is there waiting for you. Like a siren calling you. Yeah, well, Mr. Highville, people that bought it, they're not buying it because of earnings. You know, my wife and I talked about this before too. I told her, like, make a list of companies you like that you would want to own, and we can look at buying them, right? And so she came up with a list, and then she's like, well, you know, earnings per share, and like, whoa. I'm like, these are accounting ratios, right? We're not buying because of a good inventory turnover. That's not why you buy. You buy because you believe in the future it'll have good return earnings per share. But right now the earnings are going to suck. They're going to be horrible. They're going to be just devastatingly bad. That's why you want to buy. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you want to buy because you believe out of all the companies that are doing something similar to Starbucks, that Starbucks will be the one that'll survive. And if they need to borrow money, Starbucks will be able to borrow money. But maybe Coffee Bean or Seattle's Best won't be able to get the same preferential treatment as Starbucks, and they get a worse deal. And therefore, Starbucks will jump back to where it was, and the others will not. And sure enough. Okay. So what I mean, though, Mr. High Volt, is, I mean, it could, right? I know what you're saying, right? And I hope you're right, in fact. I just don't think that's how it's played out. So the reason someone would do a trade like that is you believe MGM Grand will be able to borrow by issuing new bonds or by going to banks or other institutions and borrow, let's say $6 billion to tide them through the bad times, where other competing casinos in Las Vegas or ones that are exposed to Macau will not be able to get the same kind of deal. So maybe MGM and Wynn and Sands will do all right, but what about the other casinos? and maybe they won't do as well, and those are the ones that will pay the bigger penalty. Okay, and so that would mean the trade isn't based on tomorrow's earnings because they're bad and everybody knows it's bad. They're buying because of their ability to access liquidity relative to their competitors. That's how I look at it, right? Sessin says, is your wife also in finance? She's smarter than me for sure. Okay, and both my kids are in Genius classes and in the STEM program. Most kids are in neither, so I'm like the dumbest guy in my household. All right, so let's go around. Let's take a look at gold. Okay. So there's that for that time frame, but more recently, if you go from, right, much more neutral. Ariel Wayne says, investors are taking profits on large caps and buying mid to small. Well, that doesn't make sense because when you say investors, you're generalizing. Most from their mandate, like literally, they can only trade big names that are highly liquid. So they're not buying small and medium-sized businesses. There's not enough. There's not enough shares. There's not enough investors. There's not enough liquidity. There's not enough compliance. So most money managers just can't do it. So, for example, let's say your minimum investment is $100 million. Okay? So you might say that's your minimum investment. But out of your 100 million, you have another mandate where you cannot be more than 5% ownership of a company. Otherwise, you basically bought the company. You don't want to buy the company. You want to invest into the company. Okay? So what's the minimum size market cap that you need before you can even consider buying shares? So you're like, 5B would be risky for you. You're looking for companies with a minimum market capitalization of 10B or higher, 10B plus. Okay? So you can buy IBM, but not BMI. Okay? Ariel says solid large caps have recovered and mid to small. Yeah, but the way you're saying it, you're mixing audiences. Okay? So a long short equity hedge fund, maybe, but investors, probably not. Okay? So your wealth manager at Merrill Lynch or Morgan Stanley or even Goldman Sachs, they're not putting you into mid caps and small caps. A large institution that has billions of dollars of their own capital to deploy, they're not putting it into mid and small caps. So you're down now to, dentists, right? Dentists and doctors, and maybe some hedge funds. Okay? Hey, Uncle Wayne, could one have a short and long-term bias? I wouldn't call it a bias. So a bias doesn't change that often. I change my bias maybe twice a year. Okay. So let's say 5 years from now, you're a kick-ass trader. You're super profitable. Yeah. Okay. You can look and say you are up, whatever that means. But you look at the market and your experience shows you, that the market is no longer up, but sideways, and your analysis shows that it could be actually downward, let's say for a month. But between now and the end of the year, you're still up, but the market conditions are down. So could you, on the short run, trade the lower highs and then wait for it to break back out in the direction? And then could you do that? Yeah. But nobody here is that good yet. Okay? And what will happen is, and we actually talked about this quite a bit last night in the live trading group. I said the problem is you're not there yet. Maybe in 5 years, right? But the thing is, the goal that I have for my live trading group is for them to have a few things. Okay? They will consistency. Okay? Low vol. Okay? And be profitable. What I'm saying here is if you're inconsistent, you have control. And if you have control, you have confidence. And if you're confident, you're entering your trades properly with patience and discipline, and you're only trading in market conditions you believe in. Say it differently, every single trade you take, you expect to make money. And if the market is mediocre, you walk. So at the end of the year, you'll be very consistent. Your trading will talk like a story. You'll have low volatility and you'll be profitable. But here's the real kicker. Because you're in this process of developing habits, right? You want to be consistent. You want to be patient. You want to be disciplined. You want to be in control. You want to be confident. And you want to produce results that are low volatility, right? And profitable. And here's the thing. If you develop all of those things, 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 years from now, you'll just be destroying things. You'll be so awesome. You'll be the world's greatest trader. Okay? But here's the thing, while you're learning, if you resist the temptation to be on every move and every trade and stuff, okay, if you can resist that temptation, at the end of the year, you will be consistent. You will have low volatility. You will be patient and disciplined. All these things which are really good. But here's the thing. If you also resist the temptation to be long-term long but short-term short, I'm certain you will make more money doing what I'm telling you right now. You will make more money. Okay? You will have less trades. You'll have consistent returns. You'll have consistent trading strategies, which will be obvious when you look at the trading history. Clearly you have a strategy. Okay? You'll have less volatility, but you will also have more money. If you do what I say, you will get everything you dream of. Consistent returns, patience, discipline, confidence, low volatility in your trade history, and you will make more money. You can do that for 3, 4, 5 years until you've really truly built a skill in a business. And then if you want to try to make even more money by taking on more risk by timing the market and trading inside of trends, then by all means do it. But you're not ready now. Trust me, if you start doing that now, maybe you'll break even, but you'll probably end up losing money. You'll have you'll have high volatility, you'll have low returns, and trust me, at the end of doing that for a year, you're not going to be confident. Do you stick to the number of trades? No, if I can take 100 trades this week, I'll do it. There's no Number of trades. Oh my God. Cool. So, yeah. Like a butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. All right. So we had a negative GDP, not quite 5. Cool. Look at that. I made 50 pips. Nice. Bad news. I made 50 pips. Thank you. Cool. Some people have to work all day for 50 pips. I made 50 pips explaining how to trade properly. Barry, sometimes it's more than 100. Depending on the time of year. But the answer is as many as you possibly can get. Okay. But yeah, over 100 for sure. Faux show. Okay, WTI. So we can go over WTI. We had a trade plan on this, I think on a different chart. But this is how we had it. On Sunday, is this Sunday? Hang on, I think that's Sunday. Let me just double check. Hey, oh, let me know, baby. Oh, yeah. All right. On Sunday, we had it here. We had this coming down. I want to find it because we have it somewhere. Anyways, dude, we had this coming down and then going up. Let me see if I can find it. I prefer to have the actual analysis. Did I have it here? Barry, I'm not sure what you're asking. What do you mean overexposed? If you have 35 trades open, that doesn't make you overexposed. Let's see. Where is it? Oil. Was it here? I don't have it on this one. How about, oh, I guess this is it. All right, so on Sunday, our trade plan on this, in the live trading group, was down between these numbers and back up. How lovely is that? No, Barry, if you're running a portfolio, that's the whole point. So typically, like, let me give you an example. Typically, it's in the second half of the year that I build large portfolios, and I'll be long, let's say, pound yen. And pound Swissy. Euro. Aussie. Kiwi. CAD. Whatever else I'm missing. So I'll have all of those. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay? Then I'll do, right? So there's 10 trades there. And probably dollar as well. So there's 15 trades. Okay? Now I bet on every horse and I've spread it across 3 different currencies. Okay? But that's only 15 trades. So I would have multiple on all of these. Okay? So if I had 5 pound yen trades, 5 pound Swissy trades, £5 dollar trade, so on and so forth, right? Now we're getting pretty close to 100 already. Okay. And my exposure is risk on. That's it. Okay. You see how that works? Pretty simple. So I have one strategy, risk on, three funding currencies. So I'm spreading one idea spread across 3 platforms exposed to appreciating assets. Okay? And if I have 122 trades open, probably 115 of them have stops at break even or better. Okay? Okay? So just because I have a lot of trades open doesn't make me overexposed. Okay? Because you'll also notice in a scenario like that, I'll have a 100% available margin. Or 99 or something, right? Okay. Excuse me. See, one of the benefits of being a foreign exchange trader is you get to trade your profits in real time, your mark to market. Where if you're a stock trader and you're up $200 per share on Apple, you don't get to trade the $200 profit. A Forex trader can. Is it the same for a Scalp? Of course, just reverse. The key is not building the portfolio. The key is risk management. Cool. So is anyone here from the live group? Does everyone concur that this was our plan on Sunday? Down between these lines and then back up? Yipper. So what was the trade plan yesterday? Does anyone remember? It was this one. Okay. Was that right, Mr. Morris? Cool. Right on. What was the trade plan yesterday on USD Kitty Cat? Live trading group? Well, we were much more specific than down and down. Sell. But what was it? Sell what? What price? We had it all lined up. I started on the monthly pivots, then I did the weekly pivots, and then I did a daily pivot and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So That's the reason I'm showing this is here's the big picture. So we're already well on our way. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Jean-Guy. Okay. So yes. So last night we met at 5 p.m. and I set it up. I don't want to destroy that one. Where is it? It's a problem with having too many. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Maybe it's this market one. I want to find the, because half the time the lines are still drawn. Pound Swissy, no. Wow, these are going great. Hang on, I'm just trying to find it. It might be under dollar. It might be under dollar pivots. USD CAD, is this it? Yeah. What? This is what we did last night, guys. What? On a monthly, then we went down to weekly, then we went down to daily. We talked about it psychologically. We talked about planning. This is what you're patient for. You guys, how long was that? A 40-minute conversation on this pair last night. Crazy, right? A 40-minute conversation. If you're going to do it, that's how it's going to get done. Okay? And keep in mind, we were literally right here. Okay? This is a sell. This is a sell. This is a sell. And that's what we talked about. Right? I think it had to do, so I think it was Ray that started off the conversation where he's like, frustrated with the market wanting to trade both ways, right? And I'm like, whoa. And so we talked about that for a very long time, that you're not supposed to get frustrated. You're supposed to remind yourself, reaffirm. Remember, step one is always to reaffirm your bias. Why are you risk on? Okay? And then you do research, you do analysis, going through all the pairs that you trade, simply looking for market conditions that agree with you. And if they don't agree with you, you don't trade. And this week was great because we found bullish trades and only those trades worked as a bull. And then we found bearish trades and only the bearish trades worked. Like you could have been a bull or a bear this week and have made money, but if you're not so sure, you would have had mediocre results because you're not sure which one you're doing. So in this case, if you were risk on, right? That's all you had to be, risk on. Money flowing from the United States to Canada. Maybe the worst is oil over with oil. Maybe commodities are going to be recover. But if you're a risk on trader, this is an obvious sell. This is an obvious sell. It took an extra day here, but maybe you caught this. Maybe this is an obvious sell, and this is an obvious sell. And this will be the next obvious sell. But the thing is, you have to be looking with intent. And we talked a lot about it last night where you have to be choosy. You're the boss. You pick. You're like, nope, I'm not ready. Nope, I'm not ready. Oh, I'd never consider that. And then you're like, oh, look at this USD CAD. Okay? The important part isn't the trade, it's your process. Okay? There's a million trades, they come and go. Your process is what is worth money. Okay? Hey-oh. So that particular one was a big part of the conversation last night. Big part. How to do it right. Okay? Here's one that was less cooperative. Okay? We had this one, we discussed how do we feel about a straight up, straight down scenario. I said, I don't like it. Okay? But you could buy it here. This is what we're talking about right here. I said, you could buy it here. The upside is you put your stop here and it's close. It's as close as you're going to get, but it's not a good trade. I said, what we're looking for is market conditions like this, not 100% retracement. And now check it out. So if you took the risk, right, especially if you're aggressive, you could, but I don't like it. And it's funny that it collapsed on, right? And this actually sets up, and I didn't talk about this last night. Okay, if you were a trend trader, you'd use Fibonacci, right? So you would mark this as your you'd mark this as your buy zone. Okay, if you're a bull, that's what you'd be looking for. Now, then it gets 100% retracement. What would a bear look for if they were going to sell using Fibonacci? And we call this Fib Wars. And so now you mark the 382 to 618 on this one. And what happens is both bulls and bears do what they think is right. So, what I was saying yesterday is if you were going to be a bull, you could buy this. Just realize things have really changed. Like, it's very meaningful for this 100% retracement. So you could buy it. This would be a terrible place to sell it. But you could buy it if you're going to be stubborn and say, well, this had to do with much more of a higher time frame, right? But if you're going to buy it low. You can't buy it here, 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 right? The reason for it is you have to anticipate where the bears are going to try to change direction. And it looks like they probably got it. Okay? That's what it looks like now. So we'll see how this afternoon turns out. But you might have to change the pivots here from bullish to bearish. Okay? This lower low is meaningful. Well, first of all, this 100% drop. I think in my book, too, I talk about how this sets up the reversal for the entire market. Because then that creates the lower high, then the lower low, and then the lower high, then the lower low, and now all bets are off, right? What do you guys think of Fib Wars? Is that helpful? Yes, Daniel, yes. In fact, that's all you need. Not can you, that's all you need. Remember, you don't need someone with a journalism degree from a liberal arts school tell you how to invest your money. Because you read it in a newspaper or saw it on TV. Who takes advice from a journalism major? So one time when I was in Bloomberg, we were walking through the offices and just kind of hanging out in the studio and stuff. And I swung by my producer's desk, and she had a stack of Forex books because someone came to her and said, "You're doing the Forex stuff now." And she's like, I don't know nothing about nothing. Well, you're the Forex lady now. So she just had a pile of just books that she bought on Amazon. Like, didn't know nothing. And yet she was the one in charge. And nothing wrong with it. It's just that's how it is. So she read a couple of books, probably skimmed through them, and then started picking up the phone. Wayne, come on into the studio. We need to talk. Great. Cool. I'll be there. Okay. Right? Well, well, the message out of the Bank of Japan right now, guys, is that they're willing to buy unlimited amounts of bonds. Unlimited. Amazing, huh? Unlimited. Good time to issue a bond. So yeah, we got to get through FOMC today. All right, so here's the plan. We're going to start a webinar at 1:30. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about the Fed in 30 minutes or less. Then the release is going to come out at 2. Then there's a press conference at 2:30. Okay. Yes! What's the start of my last jam? So here is again another dope jam. Now that I gave you something that I know you lack, consider me a new jack. Cool, right? So I don't know how to play it. Maybe we'll make it to our webinar. Maybe we'll do the Fed education stuff, get the Fed results. Then we'll maybe take a break, and then maybe when the press conference starts, I start a new webinar. But this time I'm just outside smoking a cigar and drinking coffee and watching the TV with you, whatever it's called, right? A watch party or whatever the kids do these days. Where's the link to the webinar? YouTube. Yeah, try the Forex.Today YouTube channel. Be a subscriber. It's the hottest ticket in town, folks. Get him while it's hot. Yeah, be a subscriber. Subscribe to Forex.Today. 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 So tomorrow we'll kind of do the same thing. We got ECB. We have initial jobless claims. We have PCE. We have Canadian GDP. Tomorrow is ridiculous, huh? Tomorrow is ridiculous. Oh, it's actually probably a pretty good idea. Maybe I should. I have it on Forex.Today, but maybe I'll switch it over. Okay. Well, the funny thing is, so someone says, hey, is this a buy or a sell? Why would you think it's a buy or a sell? Let's see. We have a higher low and a lower high. Why would you think it was a buy or a sell? You're wrong on both accounts. Okay. Also, my next question to you would be, depends if you are risk on or risk off. What's your fundamental bias about global macroeconomic conditions? Okay. If you're a bull, then it's more supportive. Cool. If you're a bear, this sucks. But a bear isn't trading today. That's the whole thing. So if you're a bull, you've kind of already missed the trade from earlier. Okay? But if you're a bear, you're looking at it this way, and there is no trade today, so you don't even care. Not even interested. That's the whole point. You're like, not these conditions. Okay? Because a bear sees that current market conditions are up. Okay? So they're like, yeah, maybe tomorrow after this news. Maybe if this happens, then maybe tomorrow. Okay? See, it's so much easier if you do your analysis. Okay? If you're a betting person, you probably have very inconsistent results. Okay? But if you do analysis, you don't have to be a rocket surgeon to see that there's some resistance here. So it's not a good place to buy. You should have bought it a couple hours ago. And even then, it's not that good. And you're too early to be a bear. So you're like, should we buy it or sell it? No. Yeah, Jim, that might be true, but I have no responsibility to do that. It's only out of like honor and respect. But that's just how I roll. All right. Yeah. I don't trade that one because they're the same thing. Oh, looking like, woo! Nice! Thank God we were short that, huh? Thank the goodness, huh? Look at that. Coming up to 100 pips made just during the webinar alone. Yeah, boy, that's me making money doing nothing. Money for nothing and your pips for free. Money for nothing. Pips for free. Money for nothing. Pips for free. Nice. That's how you do it. $91 pips since the beginning of this webinar. $92 pips. $93 pips. Loving it. Okay. Banging on those drum, banging on those bongos like a chimpanzee. Hey, Mr. High Volt, is what trade did we talk about yesterday for you? You had the 65 pips or something. Money for nothing. You caught something like right at the top, like ridiculous scalp. Was it? And we said you should probably take profit and maybe try again. Oh, yeah, I remember it now. So you shorted it here and we were here. Yeah. Yeah. So we nailed that one, buddy. Boom. That was a brilliant scalp on your part and maybe a pretty okay exit on mine. Cool. What a team, huh? So Mr. Heifel shorted here. And we're talking about it yesterday in the live group. And he's like, Wayne, should I take profit here? We talked about it. I took it really seriously. I looked at multiple time frames. And I'm like, yeah, you should probably get out. And if you have high conviction, you should wait, maybe try again later. So he took his profit. And then it went, pa-chow! Ho, ho, ho! Yeah, whatever. Like I said, it could be 70 million. It's doing what you need to do when it needs to get done, right? Right? Confidence gives shy people the ability to get out of bed and get things done. Right? So that confidence is important. I think if you're up 70 and gave back 60, you would have lost a heck of a lot of confidence. So I think we made the right decision. So well played, sir. Great entry. Like I said, I don't think I would have done the entry. Good job, man. I guess that's why we have a live group, huh? Work through these things. Well, it might have been crazy too, right? Like I wouldn't have done that trade, but you did it and you got it, and you know it's good. The trades are tight, but so I wouldn't have done it, but the exit is what we collaborated on, and it turned out to be the right decision. So I don't think I would trade a 500-pound account. I'd get a second job. And I'm not being facetious either. And I'm not trying to be mean-spirited. I would work my day job. I'd get a job on the weekends. And I would spend several hours a day learning Forex. And I'd do that for a couple of years. So like 5 years ago, I announced FX Bootcamp that I'm becoming a full-time student at Harvard. And I said, I'm trying to get into an elite program at the school. So I was taking some classes, but my goal was to sign up and get into the program. So lo and behold, I applied to the school. I filled out the application. I write my essays. I had to get someone from Trader's Way to write a letter of endorsement and a letter of support. My wife had to write a letter of support. Like I had to really try to get in. And even though 99% of applicants were rejected, for some reason, they took me. After the interviews, I had to make videos. All these things had to be done. And so I announced to the FX Bootcamp community, I'm like, look, I'm signing myself up to an 80-hour-a-week scenario, right? I'm going to be a full-time student at Harvard in a 4-year program. So I'm going to have to do my trading. I'm going to have to do my webinars. I'm going to have to be a husband, a father. I'm going to have to be a student. And if I'm going to go to Harvard, I'm going to be an A student. And I said, it's absolutely too much. But I'm going to have to work my ass off. Nights, weekends, holidays, vacations are gone, okay? For 4 years. But here's the thing. Here's the point. I said, I'm asking you to do something similar. You're learning how to trade Forex. You probably have a full-time job. You probably have a lover in your life. If not, you should probably get one. You might have kids. You might have other commitments and other roles that you do. You might be a volunteer somewhere, right? And all that kind of stuff. Maybe you're taking care of an elderly parent. But we all have responsibilities, okay? And then on top of that, I'm going to ask you to take Forex like it's a second job. You're going to have to give up evenings, so no more Dancing with the Stars. You're going to have to give up weekends. You're going to have to be at your charts Sunday nights at 5 p.m. While all your friends are at the barbecue, you have to leave and say, I got to go. You're going to have to give up holidays and vacations because you're saving your money. You're going to have to sell crap you haven't used in years, like that exercise bike. Sell it and put the money in your trading account. And you're going to have to work like this, right? Burning at both ends, right? For 4 years. And I said, look at what I'm signing up for. I'm going to have to spend an absolute fortune. I'm going to have to give up my entire summers. I actually moved year after year after year to live on campus, away from my wife and kids, right? Taking multiple classes in the summer, multiple classes in the fall, multiple classes in the spring, right? I could have bought a yellow Lamborghini, but instead I'm signing myself up for 80 hours a week worth of work. And it's only for 4 years. So I said, you know what? I'm not asking any different from you than I'm asking from me. You see? I'm only asking you to work a second job, spend every hour, hours and hours every day. I'm only asking you to give up evenings and weekends and holidays only for 4 years. It'll only take you 4 years. And 4 years will come and 4 years will go. And I'm about to wrap up my 4 years. And that will be like drop the mic. Okay? I did it. Told you I was going to do it, and I did it. The point isn't me, the point is you, where I say, when someone says, I only have $500, what should I do? What lot size should I be trading? I'm like, you shouldn't trade with 500 pounds at all. Get a second job. Study Forex every single day, work 2 jobs, give up weekends and holidays and vacations, and in 4 or 5 years, you will be a huge success. But we all know 99% chance that ain't going to happen. So all you have to do is step up and be the 1%. That's it. That's all you need to do. But most people will not invest 4 years of their life and make it their one thing. But those that do will find success. You should start with 0. Okay? You should work, let's say, on your demo account. You should take training courses. You should work on every aspect of your game on a demo account for 2 years. And then you should spend 2 years trading mini lots and grow your right? So let's say you only have 500 pounds now. Well, work a second job for 2 years. So let's say in 2 years you have 10,000 pounds instead of 500. And then for 2 years, trade mini lots for another 2 years, maybe 3 years, and you never touch your money. You pay yourself zero for another 2 or 3 years. And you're like, Wayne, I got to get rich quick. No, you're not. It's not going to happen. Just give up. You're not going to get rich quick. Give up. Go do something else. Okay? Blood, sweat, and tears for years, you got a chance. If you have a ridiculous, sickening work ethic and half a brain, I'm absolutely convinced you can do this and make this your career, make this your business. You want to own a small business? This is the best small business there has ever been. Think about it. I was a successful Silicon Valley entrepreneur, right? I've run organizations of thousands of people, sat on boards, right? Ran my own startups. I became a venture capitalist. I've looked at thousands of business plans. I've heard hundreds of pitches. I've made over 100 investments and managed a team that made hundreds and hundreds of investments. And then I come across Forex and I quit. I found it, the best thing in the entire world. I buy money, I sell money. Money is my inventory. There's no accounts receivable. There's no accounts payable. There's instant gratification. And there's leverage up the yin yang. I can earn income and asset appreciation. I quit. That's it. I'm a Forex trader. There's nothing better in the entire world. So you're not willing to put 5 years in to make this work and run your small business? Forget it. Get a job. Because this is the best there is, man. This is the best business there is. There is nothing better. And the cool thing is, if you're going to go raise millions of dollars from a venture capitalist, where you live will impact your ability. Who your daddy is, and all these other biases that get in the way. But Forex doesn't care what religion you are. Forex doesn't care what age you are. Forex doesn't care what sex you are. Forex doesn't care what color you are. Forex doesn't care what neighborhood you live in, who your mommy or daddy was. Doesn't care. You buy at support, you sell at resistance, or you're broke. So I'm saying, why don't you treat this like a small business and focus on this hardcore, put 1,000% in. 1,000%. You know, I was so tired yesterday, I was dizzy. But I got more. So you fight for this for 5 years and give up everything. Have laser focus. You're ridiculous, sickening machine. And in 5 years, you will have a small business and skills and knowledge. And you'll be a huge success, and you will blow the doors off your wildest dreams. Trust me, you will have to learn how to create new dreams. And that's a bewildering point to be at. And then you got bigger things to worry about then. You will have bigger things to worry about than buying at support and selling at resistance. Your relationships will change. Your attitude will change. Your neighborhood will change. Your car and house will change. And then you'll satisfy all those basic needs. And then you'll start having what is the meaning of life conversations with yourself. In my first year of doing FX Bootcamp, I helped a woman become a success as a trader, and she quit her job. First of all, she bought her parents' house, paid off her parents' mortgage, bought them a Cadillac. She quit her job. She moved to Korea because she was born and raised in America, but Korean descent. and she moved to Korea. This is a true story, by the way, right? Just quit her job. She liked her job too, but she found too much success as a Forex trader. So I took care of her mom and dad for life, quit her job, flew to Korea, and lived on top of a mountain with monks to redefine who she was, because she had the ability now to reinvent herself. And it was like born again. True story. Because the success was so much bigger than what she had planned on. Okay? So, like I said, when Harvard says, I need 80 hours of your life, I need you to move away from your wife and children every single summer. I want you to give me a huge sum of money, and you need to commit for another 4 years. I had already gone to the school for 1 year. You have to commit for 4 years, but not 8 semesters. 4 spring semesters, 4 summer semesters, 4 fall semesters, right? I'm in school something like 46 weeks out of the year, and only for 4 years. And that's all I'm asking you to do. It's going to take your time. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take some sacrifice. It's going to take some money. You're going to have to make all these commitments. But if you have a ridiculous, sickening work ethic and half a brain, I'm convinced you can do this. And you will change your life. And maybe 5 years from now, you're sitting on top of a mountain with monks trying to redefine who you are as a human being. But if you got to get rich quick, there's some other guy on YouTube that will probably make that fun and exciting for you. But if you want the truth, I'm here. I will push, I'll pull, I'll hug, I'll cry. We can laugh together. I will scold you. But you will become a huge success or you'll quit. So that's one of the things we're working on right now, is a 21-day challenge where I can prove to you you can be a success trading Forex, or you're better off just quitting because you don't have what it takes. Remember, you usually have enough here. It's the work ethic that holds most people back. They want to get rich, but they don't want to work hard. Oh, sorry. Try Disneyland. They sell dreams. Okay? Right? So we're building it. We're building it. Okay? Cool. That's probably too much preaching for one day, huh? Hope I didn't turn you off. I hope I turned you on. Because I love you. So I think we'll call it a day because we're going to meet later this afternoon. Gold? Do gold? All right. Okay, I got a request for gold. I have no problem with gold. Oh, it's probably here, right? Here it is. Okay. Nothing. How's that sound? Let's see. It's making higher lows and it's making lower highs. Cool. Done. Not interested. Next. I'll see you later today. Make sure you subscribe, because when I start the webinar this afternoon, remember, I'm going to start with everything you need to know about the Fed in 30 minutes or less. Then we'll get the announcement from the Fed, and then we have a press conference after that. So if you want to get the alert, if you want the invitation, you've got to be a subscriber at Forex.Today. Okay? And please, if you appreciated, or even if you hated today's speech about ridiculous, sickening work ethic, even if you hated it, either click thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever. Okay? But thank you for being in my life. I hope it's a positive contribution to your world. So peace on earth, may the pips be with you, may our profits be above average. Thank you, Trader's Way. Gotta go. That was real. See you later. 3, 2, 1, 0.